Hello, viewers. Good morning. I believe that it's been a stunning morning so far for all of you guys, and we're going to do some great thing today after the talk, because today we have a guest who has a significant amount of experience in different type of industry and as an HR professionals. She also been a senior manager in human resources in RMIT University as well too. And after bringing so many experiences in industry, finally she decided to start helping other HR professionals to be successful in HR role. So now she's a lecturer of human resource management at Marcus Oldham College. And I'm pleased to introduce you today, Kat Gorman. Hi, Kat. Kat, how are you today?
Good, very well, thank you, and hello, everyone.
All right, so if you want to build your career in HR field, this is a great stream for you to watch. If you want to, you are also already in, want to do an organizational development, or you want to do your future career forecasting in any field, we're going to talk about it too as well too, because Kat is going to talk about it. I want to go to the next question right now. So what will be your tips for preparing someone to have a job interviews? So everybody professionals, sooner or later, they will change their job. They're going to have a new job interview. They're going to move their company, or even in the same company to promote to the next level. Many company has a process, internal process to interview themselves again as well too, their stuff. So what other tips do you want to give someone, or you really practice on your own life when you go to a job interview?
Yeah, it's kind of the golden ticket, really. The number one thing everyone wants to know is, how do I get the job that I want? Look, the thing about interviews is that it's about preparation. It's a big word that encompasses a lot of things, but the interview really should be looked at as a conversation. I think a lot of people go into an interview thinking that they're being assessed, and automatically you feel frightened or nervous. If you change your mindset before going into an interview and saying, well, no, I'm assessing them as well, it really changes your whole approach to that discussion. Yes, of course, they're going to want to know, about you and know your background and experience, but you should also go in wanting to know about them, what their values are, what their ethics are, what they can offer you, what your opportunity to learn and develop might be in that organisation. And I really do think going into an interview with that mindset just makes it a far less stressful and far more interesting process. So know the company, obviously, do your research, come ready to talk about your experience and things that you've had, that you've achieved in previous jobs. If you haven't had a previous job, be ready to, talk about the values and the skills that you have that you could bring to that operation, and be ready to ask questions, around what their goals are and what they're trying to achieve, because then you can also make some assessment about them as an employer. So yeah, preparation is key, obviously, being ready to answer their questions, but also to go in with that, again, critical mindset. Are they an organisation that I want to work for?
All right. So number one is Kat mentioned about prepare. Don't just come unprepared in the interview. That looks really bad. It's simply like you're going to date and you don't know anything about your future partner, or want to spend some time. So preparing something, think about it. How much time do you really spend? Just think about it this way. You are in a date with a guy or a girl, and that person is meeting you in shorts, and then what will be your impression will be. So preparation is the key. Number two is about, it's a conversation. It's a conversation, and it's a two-way. It's not about just one way. It have to be both way too. They are interviewing you, you are going to interview them as well too. Number three, she mentioned about ask question. There's a lot of time as an interviewer. I ask the questions to interview, do you have any questions? And there's a long pause. So that's a clear indication that the person didn't prepare actually. So you don't want to reveal that bad in an interview that even have in cushion. So there are two things trigger when you don't have any cushion. Number one thing trigger is probably you don't prepare anything. Number two is maybe you are not understanding so far what's happening in this one, because it's impossible to clarify anything, even the vision or core value of a company in an interview. So there should be a cushion related to that one as well too. So these are the top 3 points Kate mentioned about it. Just wanted to bring a related cushion for this one, because what you just said, I think that's very valuable, and you put it on the preparation is number 1. What is the difference between a preparation in a, let's say, a CEO role or C-suite role and a manager role? Somebody going for a management role and somebody going for an interview of a C-level role. What are the difference in that preparation? Will you please mention some?
Yeah, absolutely. They're quite different. I would say from a C-suite corporate executive type position, from a preparation perspective, but also by the way that the assessment works, is really about vision and strategy. So from a C-suite perspective, they're going to want to know what your strategic plan would be if you were successful in that particular position. Often that might look like what would your first 6 months or 12 months look like in this position, and how would you measure that you had been successful. So a lot of that means you need to have a really deep understanding of the operation or the organisation that you're applying for an executive or C-suite position. You would need to understand the internal and external pressures or landscape so that you could address some of their strategic needs. You would absolutely need to be able to portray your knowledge of, particularly the external landscape, the networks, the industry, and be able to address those through an interview around how you would plan to ensure business success in your area. From a management perspective, this is more around your ability to lead and drive the work through your people. So that, a lot of the focus there would be about your ability, to manage people and to hit organisational goals that are put on you or your department. And it's likely to be far more internally focused rather than the C-suite, which would be externally focused. I think, in summary, that they're probably the key differences.
Thank you. I think what you said is very valuable. So guys, I want to summarize. So when you are going for a C-suite, number 1, you got to focus about a vision. You need to have a vision of a particular role, and which comes with your strategic planning. And to do the strategic plan, you really need to know the company's business model and service model, so you can come up with a strategic plan. And for do this one, you really need to do research. So which is to do the research, and your strategic plan should be very much focused more about external rather than only internal. And that's one of the key difference when you are a manager role or type role you're interviewing and going for a C-suite role. You need to define about how you're going to define your success as well too. And the last one she actually mentioned, come up with a plan, 6 to 12 months. And that could be a super validation point for you to validate it during the interviews. Because when you're going for C-suite role, it's not going to be only one round of interview, it's going to be multiple round of interview. And that will help you out, filter and optimize your plan. And when you come to the more rounds you go, more reps you make, you're going to have a better strategic plan, and that will help you to go. So there are 2 types of interviewer will be. The one type of interview will be really taking inputs and improve their plan. Another type of interviewers, they will not. They will stick to their own plan with a fixed mindset, and that's the losing game. So you don't want to be in a losing game. Number 2, so this is something really helped me as a person as well too. When I was getting a C-suite role in a corporation from as a senior manager to a C-suite person as a CIO. These are what she just mentioned. Is absolutely right. So these are so much important to get into corporate, because if you don't do them, you will never look like you're competent enough. You will look like somebody like senior manager, which very much about internal thing and drive and getting things done. If you come to an interview, you're so much focusing about getting things done, drive the goals, leading the people, which is great, but it's very much internal focus. I think Kate mentioned it and really hit it right point. Thank you. That's a great valuable for actually for the videos. So guys, so these are the things to execute. If you're going for a manager role or senior manager role, she already mentioned where to focus. And if you're going to go for C-suite, you know the 7 points to focus.
And you probably wanted to see the whole podcast episodes where we share a lot of strategies. So don't forget to click this video right now so you can see the whole episodes where we share a lot of strategy. Click the video right now and I will see you there. Are you a leader or an HR professional? So for you, this is a great channel. So don't forget to subscribe.